Na papa said them di kaka no. Oye video afa Sunyani entran konyane nsem no ho. No be so obubu fa so. Na eno ena eduru bia ye bia Sunyani 2010 ye wura bia fa na kwasi prempe. Orum seti committee bi. Na enkroto du baako. Na hinsema so solo ho. It's recommendation onum ye no. Actually say onum nye legislative concerning onum recommendation on the parliament. Na parliament no anye legislative via. Ebe for customary and traditional purposes so. Ama ye kutie gu nkrata so. E fa hinsie ni ahintori ne betete sa. Sane ebe ya. Sa how ne ahudwane chieftaincy issue a. Ebo man kan e ho man esobete. So that was a committee recommendation. It is a year anymore. And as Sunyani 2010 no. January 2010. Almost kuchi niema. Edigu nkrata so. Na edikano. Papai working ka duru baby no be so kire say. Sunyani no kra no oso wode no sa konye biase. Yampa. Enye no kre. Sunyani kro ya Asanteman dia. Sunyani onye ma hene da. Wonu koje omu kwose CPP echi 1960 kwaje ma hene na 1970 champo ebe yifiri ho eti Sunyani no hye wodumase ase eti oye wodumase kontre eti wodumase ni nyina ne ebomu ehye kontre ni mu kontre fakuo emu na adase ho ho se otumfo opokuware ne pegya Sunyani aye no e ma hene se kwadum nyina badu onum kwade se they are all Asantes. They have not seen anything. Na me shase bi o say me pese me shase bi. Na bo blows bi ama mene. Okay, yeah. I say on 27th of February 1986, a letter from the Office of the Provisional National Defense Council written by Asanteman PNDC member and chairman Asanteman Hafu Chieftaincy Affairs Committee pleaded then the Asanteman Otumfo Pokuware to graciously and in the spirit of magnanimity consider the elevations and inclusion in the Hafu House of Chief. The following Tanosubi area towns which Techiman contested with him and lost without prejudice to their traditional allegiances to the Golden Stool. To equally accepted those recommended by the Hafu House of Chief for inclusion in the Hafu House in the Hafu House of Chief for purpose of equitable representations of the region as a whole, as whereas for peace and unity of two regions without prejudice to the traditional allegiances any of them may own to the Golden Stool. Enti krono se kwa antwema bini bedu dumase number 1 Sunyani se kwa nsuatre kwa pon totoro so ade so aba ejedie nkumi and basa afi o say Otumfo Pokuware the second responded to the letter from Alhaji Muhammad Dusu on September 29 1986. For our discussion, I have taken some portions of the letter as I have done in the case of Alhaji Muhammad Dusu. 1. I am now, after my 2 overseas visits from March to mid-June, able to respond to your letter, CHMI 041 of February 221. February 21. February 21st of February 1986. And to react to the proposal which your committee wishes to make to the government. 2. I am glad and deeply appreciated your committee and vocal emphasis that your proposals are without prejudice to the traditional allegiances which any of the stool concerned may owe to the Golden Stool. Concerning stool listed in your paragraph, I'm coming. I say, concerning stools listed in your paragraph, I should emphasize that I shall have no objection to the membership of the Ahafo Region House of Chief, if it is for the reason you stated, namely, for purposes of equitable representation as a whole, and it is without prejudice to the traditional allegiances of them may owe to the golden stool. I say, from the above, it is very clear that the Bron region belongs to Asanteman under the presidency of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei, and it was confirmed in the case of Republic versus Tachiman Traditional Council as Party to 2 in 1982-1983, Ghana Law Report JLR 1996 996003. Per their judgment, the restoration of the Asante Confederacy in 1935 was restoration of the pre-1874 Statute of Chiefs. This was the reason why the PNDC thought Alaji Idrusu didn't elevate the said stools in a broad region themselves, but rather sought approval from His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Pokuare. Etinkura Otumfuo ma kwan Emma elevate no any. It's a letter no Idrusu Mahama otro adebra Otumfuo Pokuare no. Otro say Otumfuo Pokuare. We dey ani die no bo kwan so. Mesra wa ni die kwan so. Minim say abro ani ahafo nkro ni die ye wo dia. Na so kro bi adwun pempenso bi akayi nya. Ka onum nyina so betimi akọ abro Regional House of Chief ni bi. Na emum anya se ye pese o mokọ Regional House of Chief say. Onum enhye sikadwa se da bi nya sa na mna ne ka. Na emum mamamra no enim pefe se nkro no ye wo kro. Na emum potayenti ye pese ye de onum nyina akọ Regional House of Chief ni say. Said ye be ya onum no onum nyina be boti mpenko. Na ye tosumi no onum so betimi represent anase e betimi agina e de ama onum traditional area. Na de tosubio say e benya peace and unity. To watch all that and the bro Pokuare no. Otumfuo Pokuare say de say. And now mamento ma konto na dem anim. E wo March ni June mu. Na so menya akonya kakra. Na meyi wa no e wo wonsam a ukuchi de breme. E fa committee a Rollins te ye no ho. O say no kore. Eya mi nkura onum nyina e hye sikidwase. Na so samususu yese. Mo pesa mo alibeti sankro no anamo gazate sankro ndi wo mko Abro Regional House of Chief. Esa botai a wo chwo de breme dia. Se wo mu no wo nyina be ya timpen. No onum so betimi agi development dia akọ mukro. Na kro ye ne nkabombe ba. Ane na mintiam me makwan. Ema mo gazete wo onum eye mia na minkro no wo onum. Na nkro mo gazete wo onum no ema Otumfuo ma akwan no ebi ne kwantwema ejedie nkumi dwinim bedu dumase number 1 basa Sunyani sekwa nsuatere akuroso akoraso kwapon ntotoroso enadade so aba owie ene osase Otumfuo Pokuare se osase nse o ma no kwan nanka tanosubiri kuro no ene de yewura tachiman ene ne call West Africa Court D4 ene call Privy Council UK D4 no o ma no kwan nanka wonum so nko Abro Regional House of Chief ni bi for the same purpose ena Otumfuo Pokuare ema kwan ema wonum nyina ye de wo call Abro Regional House of Chief edisene obi betra bontene. This is 1986. Obi betra bontene at 2010 obi a committee ate na said 2010 emra ye say timi soliti emra ye no constitution nim na yate ho committee na committee no ahye the recommendation aba ye wura Lawrence Breso PNDC Breso no new law be no overpasses old laws enya no correct Sunya kro ayo Otumfuo setulia on na kro no Sunyanihemaa a wote akonwa so Otumfuo setulia me kase pese wotu na de so a na na obetena badwam ka se ne de makonya me che obi ase we ame se woni mamra wo so Otumfuo okro na wote so Otumfuo de a wo mra wo gigi so kwa court bia kwa Supreme Court kwa West African Court kwa ba bia emra da ho se kro de ne de etiminim so be customary purposes away etim override what it is I am made in a part of the constitution and part of you retrieve from the act in near the ato afa every ha na said them di kaka no papa say they are not adana na temni what YouTube so na odi Otumfuo atem ne comment eda ho obi commenting say die why historian otrofo ana bebu so because dey na maka me otrofo ni bakora nyina no osa be ka biem se ai na bese me didi osaje fo atem na bese me blast bonofo na wo kwa akudua no ose mo Asanteman hia warlord of two for say to say warlord we yankoso na 2010 ni mu ana Sunyani Traditional Council ekruchi sign recommendation na kwesi prempe ye yinti no moti committee transfer even in 2010 no one more ayi all the regions no ahemfo amienu omo de won mo koye warehouse omo ye workshop ewo Sunyani na sabi anya do won mo agege adwenkyere na titire ni anu oka workshop no eye kokofu hene eti most of this recommendation kokofu hene na de bae kokofu hene na otisu na de recommendation ni bebre bae eti ya hwe ade a Sunyani okruchi gu na yiso a papa pese wo kire se eno ena obeyisu atia na na boy kokko me na na boy kokko no me fa na ho onya masem de minim no se Sunyani asante Sunyani otumfo okuro na se ya critical mbo hu ni wura yes ya critical mbo hu ni wura na de me pese me ka nyina ne se na na boy kokko yi wona abetena bonte na bebrage embrage biu wonfisuswa na wo papa ya otu ye da pafo won sama wo kan opa se Sunyanihemaa di bem what me a twisted interpretation of English ana wo kan ana won ti ase Sunyanihemaa ni to me so si ahene only to me ni afama no eti yenko sa law no so yenko law no so se Sunyanihemaa wo to me bi e wo so si hena or say declaration of customary law Sunyani Traditional Council Instrument 2010 Established Instrument 2010 L1 1972 afiyenkoy or say whereas the Sunyani Traditional Council under the provision of section 51 of the Chieftaincy Act 2008 Act 759 recommended to the National House of Chiefs through Abono Ahafo Regional House of Chiefs and modifications of the customary law relating to succession to the Sunyani Parliament Stool. The name of the stool of the traditional area is Wankoko Stool. The seat of the stool shall be in Sunyani. And it's what I say. Sunyani Traditional Area 2010. Yeah, January brain mono. Onu kuchi. Ekwani onu pass onu peso onu faso. Na kunyani beta. Onu musi. Eni akunyani beta. Okwa mbefa anase. From so be ba, a quite better so be two on Pacona Filaconia so. Nano no the command, a born regional house of chief. And a born regional house of chief. Eti so the common national house of chief. No one must share national to speak, can't say. And try actually abremu. As I said, national house of chief no share, no do hujuma. Na kunya ya kan wase me yebo en kokwa kunya. Na baby a wasa kunya no bia yewo Sunyani. Yen koso say. Whereas the Ahafo Regional House, by their own initiative submitted to the National House of Chiefs, have declared that, in the opinion, the customary law relating to succession in Sunyani Traditional Area needed to declaration. It is sending immediate cases so they say. Abra omode koma Abra Regional House of Chiefs no. Abra Regional House of Chiefs no sisi so. E de koma National House of Chiefs. E tro de gu so say. And someone Sunyani Traditional Council no akruchi di abra won mo no National House of Chiefs no hwe nsem no na kabeya won mo consider no won mo so anyintum eti ya hwebiu or say and well as by anonymously decision conferred by the Article 272B of the 1992 Constitution on the National House of Chiefs to inter alia compel to the customary laws and lines of succession to Wankoko Stool. And in the compliance of the above mentioned provision, the following procedures are hereby adopted. And into animal echo to and to say and to me ya Wagana Mamremo Nugina so say on my 1992 Constitution, so Article 272B no so case one seven on Makuchi di gu a ye, Kata so dia bre. National House of Chief no eya nhyehyɛ on person mo hyehyɛ ana say eda onum akonwa boy kokwa akonwa ho ana say wonom adopt o say 1 succession to boy kokos as senior paramount stools of Sunyani Traditional Council. Sunyani Traditional Council are not and as a non-votably in Sunyani traditional area. And it's one party dedican. Sa akonyane beton pan akonyane enko etima enko mani amane. Okay, 2. On the death of occupant of the Boenkokos Stool, on the death of occupant of the Boenkokos Paramount Stool, the Queen Mother shall, in consultation with Asanteman, and the elders of the royal family, nominated according to the established customary law, pertaining to achieve and present the occupants succeed the deceased as contained in paragraph 1. It what I say eba se akonyane beton pan anade oteso ni wu a ese se ohima no abakoma hema ne abakoma hene eni asi ahenefo ne mpanimfo a wakonyane ho etimi yi nipa obehye de wafiri mu no ana de woni ho a amakonyana tompa no anamu eti ha kire wo se to me bia no they compare to the Queen Mother ahakura eche se abra konya no ye boy kokwa konya na ye Sunyani traditional da be tompan as so ba hima no or ye in consultation eti on timi mfa nepe on timi mfa nepe nkase makoyi we daddy in consultation with abakoma hima ani abakoma hene ani esi ahene fo ani mpanimfo wakonya no 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 pe obi a obetimi ahye de ofiri mu no anan enkobio. 3. Or say at any time that Boenkokos Paramount Stool becomes vacant by reason of abdication, destoolment, or any other cause, successions shall be in the manner specified in the paragraph 1, or as may be in establishment customary manner, if the vacancy has occurred by the death. Or say, Boenkokwa konya beto empania. Anna says, see a 2 no so woo wakonya so. And some on see so paragraph 1 ho. Sa kwan no mbefa so. Say also about him and who abakuma hene, a see a hine for the penny for wakonya no. No pe obi obedi ade nti. There is no power compared to the Queen Mother. Shaden suye, even in the 2010, do mukruchi de share. We aseno. Okay, yankobi. 4. I say a bad nomination 4-1. Or say the Queen Mother shall, in consultation with the Asanteman, and the elders of the royal family, make their choices to the kingmakers, as mentioned in paragraph 2 of this instrument through the jazz. It is a kunyane beton pine say pa. Send your mudi can with the can. As I saw about him, in consultation, Papa we, brofu no timi ready bet on tiase. In consultation, as I say, one near bakoma hene, any abakoma hema, edin sawaswo. Na one mo de sia kurara onum benyano, o mo de ma asia hene for efe jase so. Afe yenko biwe. 2. The nomination of candidates for the Boenkokos Stool shall be done 40 days after the stool has become vacant by any cause. Sakunya beton pan acha da bianai na no brother daughter. Any ni nuanu do mafo eto se. Edi enti no otumfo man po hima da bianai. Ada bianai eje ye kanfo kane no obi wu a. Yedu na wotwe da bia wada bianai. Ene ye odoti yi. Ya odoti wie a eche ro ba bedu ade no ayi osika nsa. Na grofo ready they are empty minded. Omu mu hwe. Eto se akonya na beton pan ache ya da bianai onum nsi asi anan emfa ento afi yenkoso e. I said the nomination of the candidates for the Boenkokos Stool shall be done at the palace of the Queen Mother. Afi odi pano ebeyi no no I was say oba hima na himfie. Ene mpanifo no nyina ba me yinipa no tie. Election of selection 5-1. Or say election or selection of the candidate for the Boankoko Stool shall be done by the kingmakers as mentioned in paragraph 2 of this instrument. It is about selection and election of onipakro bedi Boankoko akonya no ba ema awobodi. Or say eye esia hinefo abro makohia wo wo fie ho no. Oba ema so omodo omo sabesre wi a mo be hye wo no do no mfamra. Wo ne abakoma hene ni abakoma ehima na mba in consultation na nipakro mbese mu no modi omama jasi akoma kingmakers no na mu madam mo be frɛ nominees ni nyina no e wo sɛ ye oba hima ni fie na mom ekwani ye be faso yi nipa ne de wo sɛ kingmakers no maame maame uni case papa wey efosika mani ni and for Wusika and money because you don't have a case. Ebi also young quite. Was it B shall be by consensus and in the event of candidates being rejected by the kingmakers, the Queen Mother shall have 2 more chances to nominate. Just a nominator. You won't need to miss there. What dear? As a recommendation, me wo boy, na ma recommend we say. All this year when I come through say, kingmakers, mo me moba. Na ka mo be tie me a. Many abakoma hene ni abakoma hema a edinsa woso. Ni hu ni asem. Na ka kingmakers okay yate, yaje no. Na sa kingmakers no reject na, wo 2 more chances say. O men nominate another person na wo de aba. O mo reject no, no mo reject ni me no nyina. What would you do? Yenkwai. Or say, shall be in consensus in the event of, as I say, a year after new sebia. Consensus ne say, Ebi ni pedu, ena onu ye kingmakers. Say ni pensia. Say ni pan 9. Na no onu to oma you say, otumfo, eto, ena, ayi, or you choose bidi. These people, they don't even know anything. Say, akonya beto no ba hime yi. Nanti ase anya dwuma akonya kase a mo hyase no mokọ court kra if Supreme Court na ebe mokọ Supreme Court a empanimfo no a moye asi ahenefo no sa moye wotwe a ye bebu sawo se wo ho na apese dindi ade na wo aka wo esi ho na apese dindi na wo aka e ji se ni pattern no emu 7 a support ni pa ba ko a se ni pa no ene man di ade. This is how Sunyani is saying by consensus. It was saying, Yankobi. Also shall be consensus in the event of the candidate being rejected by the kingmakers. The Queen Mother shall have 2 more chances to nominate. The kingmakers shall select the candidate of their choices from the royal family. Eti, was said wo ba him out the candidate in the bar. Kingmakers no. One man kasatu wa mo pe. You can't do anything. You do not have the capacity. The power was not conveyed to you. It was say from the royal family, if the 3 nominees by the Queen Mother are rejected by the kingmakers and shall take place during the daytime at the palace of the country, or say the elected or selected candidate shall pay an asedaka. Anything sebase edipa wuyi ni aba yi no mo rejecte. Anything ebi awa ebeji watom no edo be kokontire fie na watwie asedaka. Okay, yanko biem second. The elected or selected candidate shall pay asedaka. Installation ekwa fa so si no. Or say installation of a chief elected of the Boankoko Stool shall be by the following person at the Omahene's Paris in afternoon or evening of Monday. Eti dadwo arankwa no musi ade. Na wose yesi wade ewo Omahene ahifie. Eda se be no pa anase nwumere boy kokoi o ma hina himfie e no moye no omoye nso omoye bre esa bre no wo de yi wo koye de okosi no koye no ho ya himfie park ne so maame obai ma ho himfie na akosi we ne wo ebi ososo o say afternoon or on Monday abusia panyin I was abusia panyin wo hobi the kingmakers and na tosimienu the son of former chiefs ahemfo abetena de so nyino no ma the elders of the royal family mama woni ebo odi twato ansana the queen mother nti wukura you are not a matter of importance abra yesi hene ebi also say 2 the chief elected shall be confined for 40 days at Twafo Hene's parish and it is na de beko Twafo Hene fie ni akwache na mamle ni amane the chief elected shall be taken to the stool room where he shall be shown to select one of the former occupants' name he would like to assume after installation. And it ofri 40 days in watching no be free Twafo Hene fie no ya de be konkonya fie ya de konkonya fie ran konya dem na ahemfo abedi ade bi kro no wo yi won makonya e do mudi ato won ne so me pa cho o mene mfentem frem o mene so ko fefre oto se sei fentem frem o mene so oto se sei fentem frem o mene so akonya be di no fentem frem o mene so no hwan benana boy kokko ono na the first skin a obedi ade osunyan yankoi. Okay. I say, the Autonomy 4. After the chief elected has chosen a stool name, a chief shall be slaughtered, and a sub chief elected shall step in the sheep blood to signify. Or say, no one and na konkunya demo wie koyi edini akonyo betena so. As I say, ye twedwan. Na ye di moja nugu ho nema wode ne na itiem pa maame papa no a wode ne kogina ho na wutwa adwan gu ne na so no who taught you that? Was it amamre? Enya amamre enya mane eye evil thing ne ye tie ne se wakọ nkonya dem wi according to wode akoyi wakonya wi ne ye de wakotwafo hene ho wakotwafo hene wo wi adabianan wabayi wakonya wi wakonya wi a na ya twedwan ne edi moja na go na do na team na emom ye twedwan no ngu na so eye evil eye very evil intentions ebi also ehine fana fenta from minutes akonya fie be no ko mu akonya di be no ko yi kingmakers be na di nanim mame you are joking ebi also so yankoi. Or say, that shall never go barefoot, and no be shedding or the night be shedding an pub wakase. The chief elected shall pay an installation fee after coming out of the stool room. Yet nifrin kunya demwa, I was say, Uchia, a see a defense saying, a see a dear cat, and I say, Uchia, a see a henenum, eka say, didn't be see hene. Or say, the chief elected shall swear the oath of office to the chief and elders, and the chief and elder, and each chief or elder shall in turn swear the oath of allegiance to the new chief. To obey so actually or man so actually. And now sending come for so actually. Yankoi or say 7. The new occupant of Bankokos 2 shall be carried shoulders high through the street of the Sunyani for the public to know their new paramount chief and shall consummate installation of the new chief. And here we are best one. I bet you so the Nanam Krumunya, ne Krumofo, no monina, or Moniano. Or see destoolment. And to watch us say destoolment in as I say. The occupant of the Boenkokos 2 shall be destooled for committing any of these offenses. Extramarital relationship with spouse of subject or other person. So be fan crofo ye no manase omo a ono no som ne yere selling of stool properties without the consent of his elders. se wo obeton akonya japade abra mpanifo animu hwe na say eating or drinking in public. Hey, adjuma bedu. Say be abedi di abontin na so obeno mo abontin, participating in public entertainment like dance and disco squad. So stealing and embezzle of the Sunyani state fund, acting in a way that shall bring Boenkoko to in disrepute or public radical. Say Obama Boenkoko akunyanum abenim kwase. So obeye niema bi ti so be she t-shirt bi na wase form. No ye niema bi emfata na Boenkoko akunyano. Enim aba form ebetu ade so. It's also doing any act that affect the dignity of the stool. After you see the stool maintenance, do not say. Where the occupant of the Boenkoko stool committed any of these offenses specified in the paragraph 7, a complaint may be made to the Queen Mother, Abakumahemaa, by the country through the Jase to advise the occupant, say, Abia, or yes, I manua. And so about him, Abakumahemaa, for country ni Jase so, a kasa cheden. Chesa wutumi no. Abakumahemaa, you can make a decision. Ebi also or say, the country shall bring the charges to the notice of the kingmakers. Country ne bedi animu wade nseni nyina be kuchi ya be bo asi ahen for where the occupant of Boenkoko to fails to heed the advice or continue to commit any offenses under paragraph 7. The kingmakers who include the Queen Mother, the Abakumahene and the Abakumahemaa may draw up charges for the destooling of the occupant of the Boenkoko stool. Eniti abasa was a country beto bahima Abakumahemaa onumanim ewo ne nyuma de awodi na ne se tu ne betunu a ne ahwetuno. 4. The kingmaker shall give the occupant of the Boenkoko stool a chance to put up a defense against the charges. Omema no kwan so no so enema nsama de ato no so no omeni ho ano. Completion of the stool. The destoolment of the occupant of the Boenkoko stool shall be complete. Iti akonyane betompa wase ye de tudwa no bia shall be complete. Okay. The Ebuna Half Regional House of Chief conveyed the occupant of the Boenkoko stool of any offenses committed. Okay. Or say the country provides chiefs which slaughtered and into country de beba. Now fe was say the short drums after sini so boom the chief standard shall be removed near in the Nansen Pabwa. After wasaba kingmakers. Was the kingmakers of the Boenkoko stool of Sunyani traditional Eliasha, the country hene, the Akomu hene, the Trafo hene, the Adonte hene, the Bunkumi hene, the Nifa hene, and the Chidom hene. These are the kingmakers. We mun na walk to me so musi a hene walk to me. Obahema, me hu diwa system of inheritance. Afi wa say, eba adidia, and na me ma miensa eso, and adidi no. Nana akosua dua, and nana amma bieni, and nana kwantwa. Sa ma miensa si mu ne timbe pra konya bidi me. Aha. And I know what can any too much, also autonomy of stools. For the avoidance of doubt, the Boenkoko stool of Sunyani traditional area is not subjected to any other stool anywhere, made by 23rd day of March 2010. Now, is this the last part? What can any other part? But so catch us say Sunyani Akunya, and she will be a so baby. Is it the truth? No, it is not true. Sunyani Akunya, empo kaneno neshe wodu masiasi. Ye Asanteman ne neshasi. And no kure chiri. Sunyani wonu nyina so ai bebo kontri fa bantememu. Sunyani kro yo tun for there. Akoko to pen. Abra PNDC Rollins breso. Na omu nyina chochoro homa de koma Rollins be elevate omu. Omu nyina mo na chochoro homa. Rollins ka chero no say. Constitution na da ho no ma me kwan. Amamra na da ho e ma me kwan. Se metimi elevate mu. Edema Cobron Regional House of Chief. Name better still no. As a 7 name Mugura or 2 state to Yamikase. Sabene or 2 Pokwa. In consultation. And my Rollins share honorable Nimdifo Idrusunyanihemaa at the committee naso. She share constitution. She share all the chieftaincy acting him. Ehun say. Enya dia wonu betimi. I liberty Sunyani aye ne mahene. Enya de o betimi I liberty nkro no a na sa abre no onu fata so onum nyina be on mahene no. Onum timi. Isa se nkro no nyina. In constitution and na say historically traditionally and culture. Ne nyina yotumfo opokwa ni nkro. And nti okuchi homa. Wo try committee ni ye wonum investigation nyina wie ye. Lawyers for kuku dam lawyer for kase onum ya hwe mu wie no. Onum kuchi gun krata so. Eri komo otumfo pokuare. Esra ne se. Unkuro bisa dwinim ejedi fa ne sei Sunyani sa kwa bedu sa nkuro ni nyina no. Wonum ka onum ye man hene akaye. Sani ebe ya wonum so no won mom no ebe pe. It is statement or more timi state and say. Yes, I do when you say, one woman no kuro, there be any so more odia. Name, your person or more equalize. A person almost so represented. A person almost so peace and unity. To a much who may add a comma yura, a brand year 1982. Now, but I hear a woman call, you know, you were here. No, but see one will say, oh, Idrusunyanihemaa. Akwantu menu bi da menu aka mekoro na soso menya daje na mayi won sem bisa na wakruchi egu nkata nsu bi di abrewo na yewura ekruchi wono so na de koma won se ewo msa nkodo nyina media na watchro de abre me se mo pese nkro weru nyina mo elevate won na mo de won mo ko Overthrown Regional House of Chief na mo nya sase mo ye nia mo ho eno ti na mo akuchi di egu nkata so besre ewura otumfo pokuare so ma mo kwan na botaye ti am pese mo elevate sankro ise Sunyani be ye man first regional capital ebi so said ebe omu nyina be ye equitable mbe equal no mbetimi represent ape development mabo mu krom na o betimi aso afa peace and unity na sa botaye wenti e de a wapene mongazati wonum na wonum so participate Overthrown Regional House of Chief. Sa 1982 no yewura ma kwan nkro almost be 24. Nkro almost be 24. Ewo bono and a half region. Ene yewura ma kwan. Ema wo mo gaseti wonum edo mo participate wo bono a half region. Otorfo osebedance nini ubetimi akope Idrusunyanihemaa ne homa no ebi ye anya yira kwan. Kra eni mame enchero nti ukwa ubepe ni say Idrusunyanihemaa committee eni mame nyi papa we fro no an so da ni faso biasa eti eni fabric kaska kantumen eni Idrusunyanihemaa homa nini edi ene shan bebe mami eni mi me light ne kakra eni sela mi kram tia mi ho eti am say na nsen ya akora no Sampa Traditional Council onumo eposti etu ya onumu the letter no committee no ya onumo inquiry no on the 27th of February 1986 a letter from the Office of Provisional National Defense Council by Halaji Mahama Idrusu PNDC member and the chairman Asanteman Hafu Chieftaincy Affairs Committee. So this is the committee around the state. It says na ono church homa nkro wenu ina church homa na omo de efitete they want to base on politics. So now when we say politics can never override the traditions. It's impossible. The Omote Committee for Inquiry. Yeah, na Sunyanihemaa. Other committee, a Bruno half region. Let our mature trabisun sum ho. Parliament say more elevate to a more regional House of Chief. In Koni Binisunya say, Conclude Dawson. Almost so Muntimi elevate one more. Omutimi Gazette one more. It's answering Koni in our tomb for there. 81 that's in there. 2010 will be customary laws Hawaiian. What Russia to say? Sunyani is not under any stool. Can you override a Supreme Court judgment? No. This is just recommendation from Mama. National House of Chief. Mama. This one. Mama. It is not in Parliament. Mama. Daddy called and told me that you should not there because you're sick. I'm sick, but he left me to go to work. So you know I'm not well. And yet he left me to work. Where's Lord? Check upstairs. Okay. Up there, cover up there. Eti se obi ba no be kasem fufurobia. It is not true. Sunyani entirely belongs to Otumfo State. Nedia. Otumfo Kurono. It is right there. The comments are there. Everything are there. Why na elevate you? Are you Otumfo na elevate Sunyani too? Why na gazette? Otumfo na ma kwan. Emma bra omodu omo letter koma Rollins no. PNDC. Defense administration no. Rollins so the supplication for alu mama inquiry committee of inquiry. Come Otumfo puku an otiase. Emma on mo elevate Sunyani. Say ma hene. And then one that's what they know. Why? Why no? Embla be mo. The other court National House of Chief Major to your customary loss by your instruments. Sabra wusu hine. Sunyani show be ase. Name and yet entirely about traditional jurisdiction. When it comes to traditional jurisdiction, Sunyani is under Asante Kingdom. With all due respect. Anything about him, you hear a dear kinkai, ya wouldn't to media baby. No power, anti war, Ajma the historian. Oh, dear, I actually me, and I won't teach you Catani. Won't me and translate brofuli yim from between me could be the reason. Because your interpretation was so straightforward, it wasn't deep. Some words look the same, but they don't interpret the same. Until next time, know how to interpret your proper English now how can. To proper tree. Oba himani to me. Ono krabe nomination, just about my himani about my hinekano. After ye, one more to me so no more as salete. Obi a debedia de kingmakers. Only to me. And a baby who are Chelsea or no bet me or say. Nomination ye bear no fee. In presence of kingmakers elders. About my hineni about my hema. Na kingmakers no. I salete a person with their choice. There's only any right. Ne di anansi e den sane besero. Esan say e matrinia e disi betowa ensan ye de besen na wososo would obi ansa akwose kingmakers. And with all due respect, mommy, you do not have any chances. Okay, now we say don't know. He won't go far. Because 2 million in one some. With all due respect. And for us, he come out Ajima the historians in it. Because he can't help you. Only remember. Only Bibi or the Bible. Nothing. Do not keep your hopes so high, Sunyanihemaa. Initially, I come here. Omu no fast process ni so. Okasa ma bo enkoko, okasa wa o ma mfa bo enkoko amejiawa na oboa. Okasa na gudi tro. They are almost asthmatic. That's the problem. They jumped you through the process. Wabakumahemaa no wabakumahe no. If they approve it, mame, umbetu ade so. Wo de hwese beboa. Umbetu ade so. Especially ade chere say ya seniors too. Na boy enkoko sto ya seniors too. Nana Bosume ya ukọ ne krechi owuye wotimi kose wo fa no mo amko mo anye wo ko fa bia na ni no de nyinya boniti ede no no wo ya wo de nyinya be boniti all because of ni kuro wa bisim busuafo no mo de hyewu no akwese wo moji mami ena ne na na kuro yi de every woman can in what history ha ni etosubi na ne nansa nwom na wo to osunyan ho no se aduana fo me o jase fo me yensuro mame wan mabosum se gu no obusuafo so ohema a wote ase ne abusua ase ne akonya so ya sebi yedin sabesewo o si de o jase fo ma ase ne o jase fo ma chese waje atum so aduana ni ti sabi di wo mpanifo betima yusu saa so mo mame onya ase ne ni oya aduana ni anu mabosum se gu so semuntimi ni akonya manyi why nya mena de papa abo man wudi papa wo ya wudi mama mena ne amane wi wudi nachi huh waji woni so I mean for me I think say waji woni so I don't know about people's almost so there but if you ask me my opinion me feel so waji woni so over said my bedu betimi agazete is that what you think no sabra na mutimi kwaje gazete no e ya bra na yewu autumfo setu na adwene ni ho na adwene hwe saa na ema no bafopem de na trigger bibia kranza hene bafopem nyame basa ne de na trigger bibia saa gazete no enti ene na new National House of Chief opa enti usika na ade be maadima bedu so onfa nkonkonye gazete ma forget it so obi se bono ebono hafo watini krum sesabi abono ne bono hafo ni otumfo de a ana abono ni otumfo de a abono yis nyane de a obema onye gazete ma obi meyehwe onye gazete odi onye abewe mo onye gazete so wonu obetima ga sa na anu ka so wonu beti wo so wonu betima elevate enchira aye ne ma hene na na ajima bedu enu dwabeni wo in what tradition emlabem wo enchira yo tumfo obedem prom ono obi ya de ne onfiwa ohun se bi a wadwere mu ewo kawa na bibia tesa iti kwa beso na wo paledi no ho se nkyira hin na wo na kwatena Bron Regional House of Chief kwa beso na befa so emma no you gazette no kwa beso a enu nti na abepre National House of Chief no na National House of Chief obepra enu cheze obe president cheze wo tumi arbe de obe neza na ngana ode wo ebe na muso ma wache ho be chi seto enka ni paba wonni tumi wo blage wonni any capacity now free say ura mahama obedi ade oba magana fo wa mama onim the chieftaincy issue betimi aye o man no he is fully aware onim the chieftaincy issue betimi dia ba chieftaincy matters eno na sesika ye o Ghana ho yewra Dwaman Mahama onim papa na politics e fa politics you were the only person and I said you say bibi wo form obetimi use as a medium to gain seats we be an one and we use to sabi president bi enu ha ode no be wura chieftaincy matters mu she na nye chieftaincy issue kokochi ne ayi ena ma na Rwanda and na obi krantimi motu sidi hutus obia ena ne be obia soro chieftaincy issue Nigeria ho nyo obekwa Anambra State nipa omu nyina ti Anambra State omu nti omu ho kasa because obi mpeso be ko bi de. A parliamentarian biala na adwumu da ho. Onfa no ho hye chieftaincy issues mu. Ole so be say nam so na Ghana kro ni nyina dwirgu. Aniti nano ga manche masem ne baye. No on ka say politics mu sa say ade ne court ana say a politicians be na rule asem no. Ade ne so court. It was court decision. It was is a court of appeal and a judgment in the baye, which they can take obviate meaning as some courts based on the evidence that be provided to the court. No? And the court and every traditional area is part of Ghana, and we are all part of all the laws. And running Timenka say, and yet court in the bed decided who becomes Gamanche. Mister, they make the judgment based on the evidence you provided before the courts, the history, the family's roots and everything. That is what the court depend on and make their judgment. Courts are allowed to sit on the chieftaincy cases. They are allowed. So one abeka chieftaincy matters. Because chieftaincy, we are still part of Ghana. Every traditional area is part of Ghana. And it will provision of evidence. And a court, they will do their own inquiry. If we will come set a committee, now they will provide the healing. To what you mean, council, and your court in the better the in a situation where a seat like Gamanche, if you can't take your case to Menshia, say a Casadam wolf, but that is the fact. Why? And then also Sabakosim. Because and then all of you want to elevate your shoulders. Huh? So one for was some comments here. Now, you would have for and resolving amicably. The court have every capacity to do it because Gas State was part of the Asante Kingdom. And they just joined the Crown Colony. Crown Colony, no, it wasn't part of our traditions. Colonizers, no, but they are not part of your tradition. They are not part of your identity. They just came to colonize us. And it's obeying to me and make that statement in public. Nemum, there is also a room. Say also so bet me. I'm another look of judgment on what the buyer. Bet me appeal to the Supreme Court. To avoid any crisis, be I say, quite of chaos, many power you. I was a Gamanche, or yeah, a cry, and ya a Jamaican clan, we will cry if I cry what crying. And the Jamestown earlier. I was said, well, appeal, also appealing against the, if I say, judgment, appeal court here to the Supreme Court. That Supreme Court to share a similar bill. That Supreme Court to do on no judgment. Supreme Court, appeal court ruling, it can never it can never surpass the Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court judgment is supreme judgment. And no so yere pass mela. So Supreme Court make a decision in Wogamancho favor. It will be a law. Yeah, by reference to the Stool all the time. But somebody wanted because say yeah, appeal court may make a decision who becomes because Ghana have becomes a constitutional country. Or two for correct me makwine and masampa a court. It tells you say we all need to agree and abide with the Constitution. If you do not understand a certain judgment, seek for interpretation. Seek for interpretation in the language you understood or you can speak. So, such utterances in public can trigger instigation of the youth. I'm on my Sunyanihemaa baby, including say yes, which cost the state a lot of money. So we need to respect the law. We need to abide by the law. Almighty Autonomy for respect the law. He goes according to the customary purposes, the traditional purposes. To no can say we now the Supreme Court or the court, the same to the evidence is with him. So what will you take it? Huh? All evidence about Asante Kingdom. Answer the political boundaries. Political boundaries do not have witnesses. And are attested to any evidence. And are attested to any land acquisition. Political boundaries. And any land acquisition, it doesn't have land acquisition. Even when they are doing first compulsory land acquisition, did you ever see anywhere or match say political boundaries and I say regional boundaries? No. They have to acquire their compulsory land from the owners. The owners are the native people, which base are the traditional rulers. Anything, we have to be careful about all trances. The courts also have a power because the power have convened from the constitution to the courts to also make decisions concerning cases based on evidence and inquiries. Tinetobia no master committee at Naso. So, and it is so on TBBS. Now, Obuno, every say, O John Numua Bontene. O John Numua. Why are you not telling him to seek interpretation from the court? Because Onimo, yes, Onim. Onim say what you for Asanteman, a cover a blue east. I have Onim, or you're fully aware to Onim say, or we're still seek across Supreme Court. I call every court in the world, obey for. So he just fooling and using your legs, making himself champion, but yet he's empty. Are you empty? Hello. What are you doing? Come. Are you okay? You need my attention. Are you sure? Do you need my attention? Are you sure? Get me water. Do you want cocoa? Are you full? What do you want to eat? No. Are you alright? Do you need some drinks? Your face looks like you're not happy. Are you okay? Is there more in there? Is there any? Ah, that's your bonanza. That's your gift. Love you. Love you too. Be careful. Don't use your teeth. Use the opener. Oh, come. Let me do it for you. I've got the tricks to open it. No. Give me. Okay. Oh, you've done it. Go ahead. Now, what did? Auntie, with all due respect, yeah, if you need some more trances, it doesn't matter what's one more customary law concerning instrument of succession of Boyanko Stool. Name one can say entirely traditional matters and not say a friend say independent, also autonomously. But Sunyani is not entirely autonomous because Sunyani is under Asanteman. And that is the fact. Sunyani belongs to Asanteman. Go to Supreme Court. Go to all the Bono and a half who belongs to Asanteman. Go everywhere. Say, Yewura, it's me lose you a West African court. It lose you a Privy Council. Go there. And then the documents are still intact there in all the courts. So we need to respect our individuality, our custom and culture. We need to reason. Esan say, with that, we can stay cordially with each other. No, we person what the propaganda ni agenda pata passam nem fa nkotia. Yet, ene, wakoya, what's the court no unkonne unkochina. But we send representative, self representative. And yes, some menkranu and think say. So you also the open away, but open is also the you need to be fair. You need to be fair. It's a as my papa be kan, you know. Yeah, we drew the autonomy of Sunya traditional customary laws in 2010. The way I know we see describing the autonomy. Sunya is not entirely autonomous. So go and find a document in Supreme Court judgment yeah fa ebono ahafo jurisdiction afi sakof pe efene say committee of Idris Mahama committee in 1986 yeah why enna emma kwan emma ye gazette Sunyani go there otofo apoku hale na ma kwan ye gazette Sunyani sabre pa na PNDC government sabre mpo na Rollins government Rollins catch omu prince mo lete na ma tra brem se min gazette min gazette mo it is not accordance with the Constitution and the Chieftaincy Act. So I will do consultation with your king. Otufo Pokuare. Then he set this committee called the Idris Mahama Committee. The committee they make inquiry, they research, they go through the laws, the constitution, they make contacts, they reach people, other areas and other countries. And later they wrote a letter to Otufo Pokuare and stating in the letter say. And the letter are there. It is there. And no crime say Sampa Traditional Council Facebook or more a proceed. And on Hinaba Media so a pursue the letter. And I have a very unique picture here. Set Nanajimabedu say, no offer. Ajimabedu the kai. One side until Tumfu say to. Nanajimabedu, are you for real? No pictures me you know. Pictures me you know ho. Baako ano wa Asanteman Council. Left to right, Autonomy and sa. Bonkum fekuo no. O Ajimabedu Autonomy and sa. Na me kura me kase. Or a very big tall gentleman. That's how on your said me description that ye. I'm not teaching my henny. As also take this right to left. Huh? Also wafa. Outside. They have videos, they have documents, they have a lot of things from Abraham Kofa Mosi phone. Say your friends, Kofa a friend saying Niger phone. One more church room. So I am now Arab for a more chron. Kofa or Biffy Melly near so mum lame church room, document mom. It's early 1789 to 1800 na Asanteman as a recording. Huh? Uchatro. You are lying. Huh? Most of this history go back way. Now the 2010 documents. Will be customary processes. Yeah, or Kuchi, dear comma, Brown Regionals of Chief. Never Regionals of Chief, or Kuchi, dear comma, Nationals of Chief. Who Chatro said the Parliament did too. Where was it forward to the Parliament? It is not in the Parliament. No, they quoted the Chieftaincy Act 2008, and they also quoted 1992 Act 2008 Act. Uncle to Article 5. The first saying 579. That was what the article they quoted. And now 1992 Constitution based on 1972 Constitution. Quote to 272. And no more come Brown Regional. Now Brown Regional House of Chief come National House. So it is in the National House of Chief, not in Parliament. The one in Parliament is Idris Mahama, the Committee of Inquiry. Yeah, PNDC. Ewura. Me Jerry John Rawlings. Esati aba na sunya pe gazetting. No de koye. This is what it is in Supreme Court. It is in Parliament. So when I say Sunyani hey autonomous because it is in their writing in 2010 customary laws or National House of Chief. National House of Chief BBN who bit me override whatever it is written in Parliament. Because they are not House of Commons or House of Lords. They have a minister. A more minister over them. Instead of you to try to compete with these politicians, you are there creating lowercase words. More minister or damano. On the government need deal on your behalf. Are you not ashamed of yourself as chiefs in Ghana? Are you not ashamed of yourself? As chiefs in Ghana? Munya unnecessary banters, argument, blagging. Yeah, nanadima bedu. What are we? Now focus about how unity can come and elevation of more infono also can compete with the parliamentarians. So how about you university as a parliamentarian? You as a minister of chieftaincy and religious affairs. No, do so. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Upon all your qualification you're having, you are sitting in National House of Chiefs. And above that, you have a chieftaincy minister who override you. When they are making their decisions and laws in court, they don't pass it through the National House of Chiefs. They do not make a decision, sat in one chair and one table with you. They do not take your consensus. They made their laws in parliament based on political majority. Moto, you these chiefs, instead of you to unite in one umbrella and let the greater be greater and let the big be big, let the large be large, let the medium be medium, let the average be average, and let the small be small, and let the little be little, and stay there, protest against the politician, and then contest with them with power. Baby, and if I go see any. Whatever they written in parliament is what they used. Nancy on me a land position at any two for can send phobia person with them. Or two for a cast, I may blow my half. Nimi is near the me remember me didi masas and was him. I can't come. Transcend when politicians he did mo. Oh, you wrote a good for the vessel. Said by force ye bedroom assassin ye chioka. So poo. Upe umpu. Wase de bia na mo ko aseda. Ya mo fanda. Munyina mura. Otufo se twa mu dwobo num. Internet nti e twam num se asem ye autonomous. Bet mu wura no. What is going on? Why can't you be together? Adwuma meye. Ye was senior, care manager. Ye was nurse, nurse ni one penny for womb. And all of them stay cordially beautiful. Obian in your cotton are very beautiful. Nobody say, Mimi to a gay beer and say, Free. Alatabai. Obe Chromia could 3 years. Maybe 1 VQ level 3. Level 1 when you be. I feel no baby be where you more. Position better ho. Ombusam messing pet. Yeah, dear manu. What if we catch him some inquiry, dear? Miss okay. I'll do it. Give me some time. Oh, okay, I'm going. We are united, beautiful. Yes, I make say, man, you sin and I no. Why? Huh? I didn't want him for no good when he was. Anything, Saudi Arabia, Yamofe. I can't walk. United Element, I want Yamofe. Some call holidays or na desert once upon a time. A brand no marginate some margin. A brand no multi united. A brand not get 1% bed brand once I check a season. Now a desert. Better if walk, I almost say passa. But a bra will march in a bomb whom no son put 2 or more together. Only Nina do much meaning in at the Masadi Arabia. And then, should you be a cry? She united admit, uncle for one a cocodinqua. Maybe a necra toilet soon whom could dear Janiquis equity. Huh? Yet dress almost send cramming. Now, Madame one, instead of you, to all come together, convene your power together, give it to one person. Yen you now obia in the club Saudi Arabia, obia in Saudi Arabia. Your resources are neutralize here. What pet? Mentament or minutes, or soon you're whining now minute no. And I had you didn't hold on who vessel. In what history? I can't traditionally have been a said in who I want Asante Kingdom. Low beam. Do for none won't feel. He will not mind you. Because on himself, koko besaba. On few, on peggy diggy, on beso becase, and they are two for on pesa, on himself one of my church and boys adema. And I was dear ho, that band the deal when we sat here back, I knew. What Jim why oh. What ya what? I know any young good. Huh? Huh? And some baby. And Crawford walk could ye dear won't come your dean or could just swoop or for the penny or tomb for at 10 for what you buy ye or may or phantom from a minute or phantom from a minute or core. And some way yana ye not to one way China be seen here, Homa. Some made them home. I couldn't so tradition, as a tomb for say. No, I and I. Oh, you try who we are, most not to an is a coincidence, and Sanocro.